So what's up, you guys? You're welcome to the Pop Culture Parrots. Please do not forget to like, to subscribe, to turn on your post notifications so you get notified each time that I post. So let's get right into it. So Christmas is over. Mariah Carey is back into her shell, not to be seen until next year. Till then, let's get into some tea. So the Barbs are screaming foul play. Because sometime early last week, Billboard released their list of the hottest female rappers out right now in 2024. So the list featured Glorilla at number 1, Megan Thee Stallion at number 2, Nicki Minaj at number 3, and Sexy Red at number 4, Lato at number 5, and so on. And the Barbs were upset. And they were not just upset because Nicki was number 3 on the list, or that Nicki had a better year than the girls at number 1 and number 2 statistically and on the charts. But it was more so the fact that Billboard had released this list of 10 hottest female rappers twice already this year. And 2 of those times, Nicki Minaj ranked number 1 on the list. So it's like, what happened? Like, if you released 2 lists prior to this one, and Nicki Minaj ranked as the number 1 hottest female rapper twice, and now all of a sudden you release a list towards the end of the year, and you're saying that Nicki Minaj is now number 3 on the list. So people are like, someone had to have made the call, something had to have happened behind the scenes. Like, what exactly could it be? But do let me know if you think Nicki Minaj deserves to be the number 1, ranked the number 1 greatest female rapper or the number 1 hottest female rapper of 2024. So no matter what your opinion is as to whether Nicki is to be number 1 on the list or not, 4-time Oscar nominee Timothée Chalamet has come to Nicki's defense and has stated that he believes that Nicki should be number 1 on the list, while also simultaneously calling himself a barb. But we already knew that Timothée Chalamet was a barb.
Timmy, what's your favorite Nicki Minaj song? What's your favorite Nicki Minaj song?
Roman's Revenge.
Anyways, moving on. Whoever thought Cardi how to be manipulative needs to take her back to classes and teach her again, because she's clearly failing those manipulation and mind games classes because she's not playing them well at all. Like, she's not playing them well at all. Because every single time she tries to create this image that her fans are pissing her off into not dropping the album, she tries to put it to the fans that, oh, you guys are the reasons I'm not dropping the album. You guys piss me off all the time. You guys talk ish about me all the time. And that's why you guys are not getting the album. When everyone knows that that's just not the truth. Like, it's so obviously not the truth. Because there is no way you're ready, you've recorded your album, your label has listened to the album and have a stable budget behind the album, and then you're coming on Twitter every single day for the past 5 years to shout out at your fans, rant at them, yell at them, scream at them, and tell them that they're the reasons why they're not getting albums, instead of you to just be quiet about it, like literally. And I've come to the conclusion that Body Gang are God's strongest soldiers. Like, they're God's strongest soldiers. Because they've had one album throughout her 7-year or going to 8-year career. They've only gotten one album. And since then, it has just been rants upon rants. Literally her telling them every single time how much she hates them, how she doesn't like them. Like, she goes on that cycle every time. And I don't know how on earth that she thinks that people are going to believe that it's because the fans are on her neck that she isn't dropping new music, as opposed to the speculation that her label is broke, that Atlantic Records is broke, and that's the reason she can't drop music, because there's no budget for her. And you know that she can't sell without a budget. She can't sell without a budget. And the fact that maybe, during the period that they were promoting Cardi between 2017 to 2020, that they lost more money than they made from Cardi. Like, to any rational person, that's the more sensible conclusion to come to. But Cardi keeps trying to paint this image that, oh, it's the fans, you guys bug me all the time, and that's why you're not getting new music. Like, nobody is a child. Like, nobody's an effing child here. We can literally see, like, that's why I said earlier in the video that she needs to go back to her school of mind games and manipulation and try again, like, reapply for classes again, because it's just simply not working. But anyway, so more recently now, On Christmas morning, when Cardi was to be spending time with the family, she came on Twitter Spaces to have a rant talking about, oh, her fans are not getting anything but whip shots next year. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, what do you even mean?
Now y'all ain't getting no fucking boat. Y'all ain't getting shit but whip shots. I don't give a fuck. Cause y'all done pissed me the fuck off.
And mind you, this was on Christmas morning. This was on Christmas morning when people believed that she was supposed to be spending time with her 3 kids and her newborn baby. So I know I said I would have listened to Ice Spice's new Deluxe album before my next video and react to it, but it turns out that, and I think part of the reasons I haven't listened to it yet is because I'm still soaking in SZA's Deluxe Lana. I'm still taking it in, and I don't like to oversaturate myself with music. I like it that if I'm listening to music, I want to understand the album, take it in, basically soak in the album rather than listen to a bunch of things here and there at the same time. So I've just not been in the headspace to listen to Ice Spice's music. But just a trip down memory lane, if you don't remember, one of the things that caused the friction between Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice was after certain text messages of Ice Spice with her best friend at the time got leaked, and she was seen calling Nicki ungrateful. She called Nicki delusional, and she was basically saying that Nicki did not thank her enough for bringing her on board to the Barbie soundtrack. Even it was so serious to the extent that the producers of Barbie had to confirm that they always wanted Nicki Minaj and they just could not get to her because they couldn't reach out to her manager for some reason. The manager wasn't responding, and so they tried to use Ice Spice as a means to get onto Nicki, and it worked. But Ice Spice was so cocky and proud that she felt she brought Nicki an opportunity that Nicki did not thank her enough for. She called Nicki ungrateful and delusional for wanting Ice Spice to sign to her label. Well, if you can come to one logical conclusion, it's the fact that Ice Spice's career would have been in so much of a better place if she signed to Nicki's label. Because the numbers are in, and songs like Hannah Montana, which was the most hyped track on the album, featuring the baby and Enemy Chopper, debuted with only 81,000 streams on its first day. And then other tracks like So What and BB Bells got 44,000 and 40,000 streams debuted, respectively, on its first day. And the entire Y2K album debuted with 249,000 streams in its first day of release on Spotify, among 4 new songs. And it's so crazy to see because Ice Spice used to debut songs with over 1 million streams at times. And we used to gag, we used to be like, oh my god, that's super impressive. That's super, super impressive. So to see her career fall flat on its face within such a short period of time was definitely something. And it was all because she was too proud, too cocky. She overestimated her abilities and decided to go about being rude. And even when she was accused of certain things like being mean to her friends Cleo, she did not apologize to Cleo, but felt like, oh, she would argue with Cleo and it would blow away and then people would come back to start listening to her. But apparently no one is tuning in and it's just super sad to watch. Hopefully she could redeem herself so she doesn't go back to the streets of Delhi. I've said it before and I'm saying it again, that SZA's album is so freaking good. It's so freaking good. Like, it's so freaking good. Like, it's an excellent album. Like, I actually had to give her her 10s. So SZA now shared that she is officially allowed to release more music now aside from the album. So even though the album just dropped, it's very likely that we will be getting more new music from SZA. So Vibe magazine in a new article calls Nicki Minaj a rap icon. And if you remember, they partnered with Billboard earlier this year to rank Nicki Minaj as one of the top 10 greatest rapper of all time. And this is leading to the question, if you were to create a list of the top 10 greatest rappers of all time, male or female, where would Nicki Minaj rank on your list? Based on talents, based on skill, based on flow and other things, where would Nicki Minaj rank on your top 10 greatest rappers list of all time? So Doja Cat announced earlier this year that her 5th studio album will be dropping in 2025. So next year, we're expecting a new Doja Cat album. And according to fans who attended her Airbnb event early this year, They have shared that her album would be pop/R&B, something sort of kind of like the Planet Her vibe. So do let me know if you're excited for a new Doja Cat album. But that's about it for this video. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you get notified each time that I post.